Oh, the lovely, lovely sound that we have. Hopefully respected, not yet contested, and only one of us sometimes arrested. This is Times Change.
One of us.
Yes, they do.
That's what I know of the usuals here. We'll get to you guys in just a second here. We're coming to you from Las Vegas. I think I just said that at the Quirky Mind studio. My name's Chris Kaggs. We've got our usual panel of experts in their fields of expertise, which is life. That's what we're offering here. You know, this is what we're doing.
I'm not going to say I'm an expert.
And there she is, Jen Warner from the Mode Salon in Aliante right here in Las Vegas.
Thank you, Chris.
I need to come get a haircut. I don't know.
Yeah, you will.
I know. It's going to have to happen.
You need one.
I do.
Tell me.
Fucking hippie.
And our good buddy Charlie Chelly here, who has got it.
Wow. Well then, maybe we do need to get those phone books out for you, buddy.
I'm telling you. You know, we usually don't get to it this quick, but I just need to tell them who they're listening to. We've got Jumbie, our good friend Jumbie, artist extraordinaire.
It's amazing.
Yay.
And the mighty, mighty Ty is with him.
Yay.
Tyrannosaurus in the house.
Tyrannosaurus is in the house. And this is radio free for all, as far as I can see. We're going to get into it. First of all,
I hope so.
If you're only listening to the podcast, which is what I hope you're really doing, is listen to the podcast, and you don't see us on the YouTube channel, Charlie took it upon himself to decorate his microphone stand today.
And it's really awesome.
It really looks great. It actually has a practical purpose because these springs that we have won't go like that.
Oh, man.
Because this is what you hear a lot of the other shows. We listen to shows, we hear that. So Charlie did that.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's
the rest of us are walking.
Yes.
I'm going to need a snorkel, an avocado, and a corkscrew.
It's actually being trained to jumbify.
Oh, yes. Adding a little color everywhere you go.
Well, that would be...
I was the young Padawan at one time.
One time.
Well, let's face it. Let's
a bridge course
today, bro.
It's an abridged course,
And,
I guess.
everybody wants to make a nice notation of the new mascot we got going on here in the front, leading the way.
Oh, boy.
Jerry.
Yep.
Jerry.
We have a Jerry Garcia puppet. He looks like it's like a Muppet. If Jerry was a Muppet, this is what he would look like.
Completely.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Henson drew him himself.
Yep, exactly right.
I like how someone drew like the red cashed eyes on him. Was
Yeah.
that you?
And,
Charlie.
we put track marks in his left arm, and he's actually tied off on his left arm. If you can see it right there.
Oh, this is almost
Although he
horse
wasn't a
motor.
shooter, he was
How
a
you
smoker.
broke your
Yeah.
belt? Is this what this is?
Yes.
Is that what's
Wait
going
a
on?
minute.
yes,
So
yes,
wait, this is
yes.
like almost mortem Jerry?
It is.
Is that what this is?
Actually,
Wow, I didn't realize it was morbid.
yeah. Well,
There's a
it's
morbidity
he
to it.
just-
Got a little
listen,
extra detail on him,
Oh,
apparently.
man.
You know, just sometimes, every now and again,
The
someone
removed
goes a little too
finger.
far and they OD. And
I would
that's
have
what
I would have
happened.
accepted
what are you gonna
voodoo.
do, you know?
I would have accepted Voodoo Doll.
Yes. Right. I want with the little stick.
Oh, how are you going to prick Jerry?
Or
This
maybe he
actually,
gave blood or plasma.
Can you curse a corpse? Like once they're dead, can you put a voodoo curse on them from the
Yes, we
grave?
have to be in Louisiana.
Really?
Have to be in Louisiana.
At a Louisiana drive-through?
down at the bayou.
You can't. It's got to be where
Down
the
on the
road stops being a
bayou.
road.
They got that
Definitely where the road
juju
stops being a
sauce
road.
down there. A little juju sauce. They put it on
past
anything.
the willow trees?
Yeah.
I tried to warn you
Oh,
guys.
that was an epic willow tree. Just
Was that like Jaws?
That was
just
brought
working?
in
Like,
exactly.
was
That
that
was
the
just
And my friend Jumbie here also
That's the
loves
voodoo
to
music.
play Jaws type movies when you're in his pool against the house.
I like a good dive-in movie, and nothing
Yeah.
beats some properly
Yeah.
awkward aquatic themed things while you're in the water. The salty dog.
The salty dog.
The salty dog. If you don't know the salty dog, you're busy chasing sharks on the beach.
And Jerry's actually now donated to the Jumbie cause. And so that was another reason he's
we'll give
visiting
him a
today.
good hand.
This is an actual.
We're going to get him cleaned up.
I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, he's coming to my place for a little,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm going to have a
energy
moment
renewal.
here.
Looks
rehab.
like he needs it. Everyone needs a break at some point, right? A little bit, you know.
I'll run him through the car wash. Come on over, Jerry.
We should now make him a little
What do you think, spin
tie-dye
cycle?
mask.
Oh, yeah.
We'll keep your
Oh no,
mask
you just
on
hang
him?
dry.
Keep your bed warm.
You
Yeah.
hang dry. Yeah.
COVID Jerry. COVID Jerry.
Dude, he's got to be COVID compliant. We're
COVID
going to have to
Jerry.
fucking buckle him up, man.
Yes, you do.
It's all right. We make masks. We know where to get those.
Jumbie Art, the master of 3D art and unbelievable everything clothing, has been really nice in blessing us with his presence today. And Mr. Ty, very rare here because you don't see Ty too often, even though you want to. He's a good guy. But
We are elusive creatures.
He's elusive.
Yeah,
We
it's
creep
very
in and out of the
elusive.
ether.
Yeah.
We need
I like to be a
to find
ninja
out a
about
little bit
things,
about a Ty
you know.
here.
Multi-dimensional.
Ty
Right.
needs to,
Hey,
Jumbifying, we could talk about that for 2 years right now. So you may as well get it in before
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We got a lot to talk about with
Right.
Jumbie over there. God!
Oh, Lord
Hey, by
have
the way,
mercy.
really great on that track you made. I was really impressed, man.
Sweet. Thank
the other
you.
day, yeah,
Thank you.
that was really
I
cool.
appreciate that.
No
Well,
problem.
Thank you for being a part of that because you were there.
Yes.
So, yeah, if you
That
hadn't
was
been there, it probably would have sounded
live
different.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Honored.
Oh no, the honors over here. Trust me.
All right, for
You
all
guys can
of the
stop sucking each other
viewers,
off. Let's go.
you guys have to say what you're talking about, please, for all the
Oh,
viewers.
Ty made a birthday mix over at my house
He's
in my
DJ.
delightful environment that we've been curating
Yes.
collectively for
Yeah,
about
I've
13 years.
Been a DJ
Yes.
for about 23 years.
Nice.
I know I look
Nice.
young, but I'm a lot older than I look. I just turned 42.
I was
going to
say we're the same age.
Answer
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
everything.
Serious
life.
So, you know,
DJ years
42.
here
There
at
you
the
go.
table today.
What it
huh?
is, it's
Wow.
you know being around all that artwork. That's what really helps, you know, and
His art.
and especially Jumbie's art because
Oh.
you know I was able to be blessed enough to be there while he was making his art in the beginning stages, you know, and so
How long have you guys known each other?
wow,
13 years
yeah,
now?
about 13 years,
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on.
Been marinating from the beginning.
yeah, pretty much,
Nice.
yes, it's.
Is that from Kentucky, you guys?
That's from Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Ironically, we went to the same high school, but I was a senior when he was in 8th grade. So when I left that high school, he showed up there, or else we would have met probably in high school.
Which would have been extra dangerous because they
Oh,
already
wow.
didn't know what to do with either one of
Oh,
us. And
yeah,
both
they
of us
didn't.
together is already a bit of a handful. And you can't figure out. So, look out.
And the only other thing we know about Kentucky is that actually Jen is currently writing like a show on a lot of my earlier escapades in life, and it's coming out great. She's a wonderful writer, man. And when it, yeah, you know that. I mean, you know. And hopefully we'll get it soon. You know, it revolves around a rehab in Kentucky, and
I'm sorry.
no,
Is it called Tenbrook?
the bridge.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
The bridge.
Okay.
Well, I used, I mean, you know, sometimes
Doesn't
you try to,
Tenbrook have a
you got to
bridge?
go bring a suitcase.
It
I
is.
think they
It's
do.
a
Covered
dark
bridge in the
comedy,
backyard.
though. So don't be. Don't be
dude,
too
death is
apologetic.
smoochie me.
If you can
Right.
imagine super New Yorker Charlie going to the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, and seeing a cow for the first time in his life.
Excellent.
Holy
I totally
shit.
know.
Oh my gosh, I'd pay
What
money
is
to
that
see
bear? Why is there a bear coming up?
Tell
What
him what I
kind of a
said.
bear
Tell-
has
Yes.
spots? I
Tell
don't
him
even know.
what I did say. Watch
He
this.
thought it was a hippo.
Oh, we're totally
He
in
has
Africa.
to tell this
That's
story.
exactly
Come
where we want to
on.
Well, really, I
Yes.
no, I had never seen
Hippopotamus.
it. I thought all cows were white with the black spots.
Gotcha.
So when we were driving
Hippopotamus.
along, right, and I look over, and there's this like pond thing, right? I must have been a watering hole. Now that I look at it,
Yeah.
and the thing like the mad it came up out of the water, and it was
snap.
huge and black, right? Or really dark. I mean, black, like
Yeah.
So right out the gate, in my mind, that can't be a cow. Right out the gate. So it was a huge, and not only that, every other place I saw, there was multiple cows, like all over. Like this, you saw the whole thing, but for some reason, this one damn cow was under the water while we're driving by at 90, whatever.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Submerged cow.
That was, wait a minute, dude.
So what
the
the
cow.
hell?
The cow identified as the hippopotamus.
100%.
Hey, there you go.
It comes
and
up
you know
out of the
it.
water
Yeah.
and does the nose snort.
And you better watch it, man. You might
Mist
trigger this
everywhere.
cow.
They might
You
just
better
come and-
respect this cow and treat
Yeah.
it like a hippopotamus.
Lick the shit
Yeah.
out of
So
you.
when I was in the van, they all erupted and were destroying me. Like they were like, "What's wrong
Yankee.
with you, boy?" You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah,
You know,
let's go tip it over.
They really didn't believe that I hadn't seen one, or I didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
know. I wasn't
So I
even
take
aware
it
that
you've
cows
never
had
been cow
colors.
tipping.
Like, you know, no,
Clearly.
I haven't.
I don't think he's
man.
ever even been in a field
Well,
with
you
a
know,
cow.
cows, they sleep standing up.
Yeah, you can
Right,
knock
right.
them
Right.
out.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you
so-
can knock them
You gotta
over
get
with the
that
good
whole
brush.
Good shoulder,
shoulder
man,
in
right?
the rib cage and give him a good old pop. It's like popping the top off of a beer.
There's a lot of crazy things we could do with you in Kentucky, man.
Yes. Goddamn right. What?
You don't even want to know the
I saw
name.
I got to see the Jack
Man.
Daniels, I think, distillery.
Dude, I want to take you to the state fair.
I want to go
Is
walk
that
you around the
Tennessee?
fair.
The
We
Kentucky
got to
State
go on a
Fair.
mullet hunt, bro.
Yeah,
You've
dude.
got to come with me on a mullet hunt.
Check
I've
it.
done the
Mullet hunt.
cowboy hat.
So there are
What's a
Cowboy
mullet
hat
hunt?
I haven't
so
done
there
the
are
mullet.
people.
The
It's the
mullet
haircut.
hunt is where you
they
find
don't come out
America.
of
It's
wherever their
unreal.
holler is,
Yeah.
okay, in Eastern Kentucky, except for the
Until
state
the
fair.
state fair.
Like the state fair is like
That's
the
what
Oscars.
brings them all out.
That's
The
like the
barbecue
Oscars.
fair.
When is
Yeah.
the state fair?
When
It
do
is,
they have
it's
this?
in late August.
Deep
all right?
fried
And when do
So-
they have that big fireworks festival?
donut
So that's in
burgers.
April.
That's in
front of
April.
Yeah,
Derby.
that's for the Derby. But
That's
see,
for the
the thing
Derby.
about the state,
State
fair,
fair-
is it brings everyone out of
Everyone
their
from
holler,
their
Right.
out of their everywhere, right?
Out of
the
the
best
woodwork.
thing is-
Barefoot,
Once
once
a
a
year
year
for the
So-
state
so
fair.
here's the thing: when you go mullet hunting, the key is this, okay? Because you can't just walk up to somebody
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, can I take a picture of your
You
mullet?"
can't let them
But
know.
you have to capture
It's
a picture of the
sneaky.
mullet, and you got to get it from behind because
Yeah.
you know
I
it's
thought you meant
business
it was
up
like
front,
an animal
party in
walking
the back,
mullet.
right?
Yeah, you got to
didn't
get
forgot.
the full
Okay,
360
so you
of
get
this
for a
shit.
human.
Now, here's the
with
greatest part.
The Joe Dirt.
Don't get caught.
Okay.
Sure.
You get the silverback mullet because that's the older person.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
You get the couples that have the matching mullet.
Yes, Twin
yeah.
Waterfall.
Yeah. Then
A
you get
matching
the
mullet?
Matching mullet.
Now,
Matching
do they have to be a
mullets.
couple or two guys
it's
that are
the
friends?
State fair. It's the state fair.
Hey, I'm going
So
to
they're
tell you
together.
guys
No
something.
idea.
You don't even want to know.
Donut
Mullets are
burgers.
back in.
I
They're
know.
back in
It's
fashion.
Europe brought
It's
it back.
so
It's
gross.
all right.
It's all
It's
back.
coming back around.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
but the
So
real,
then- so then you
real
get the
people
mullets
that
on
never
the
let
kid,
go.
like-
You gotta get
like
the
Joe
rat
Dirt.
tails and the people
You'll
that never
see
let
that.
it go.
Oh, yeah.
And then you take a picture of this,
You
or
got
do
to
you
take a
scalp
picture
them?
of it. You
Dude, you gotta be
I mean, hey,
taking
Just
the
going for
selfie.
the mullet, right?
if you can
I don't
scalp
know.
it and get away, more power to
You
you.
gotta be taking the selfie and catch them over the shoulder.
more power to you.
You gotta catch them over the shoulder with the selfie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm looking at myself, and then
Because you
just
are at the
tip it.
state fair.
But you gotta be careful because if they look over at your phone and they see a picture of them on the screen while you're doing it, they know they're being hunted.
Oh, yeah.
Now you've got wild mullet on your hand,
Yeah, you
bro.
do.
You don't want
You don't
what's
want
gonna
that.
come out of it. It's like a greased pig.
It's gross.
It's like you're never gonna catch it, and it's gonna run at you.
He's been drinking Keystone Light all day.
All day. Bud Ice. Bud Ice in the
First, when you said
can.
mullet, I thought perhaps it was in some form of a varmint or an animal down in
You
Kentucky.
didn't even
Well,
know what.
kind of,
No,
yeah.
it looks like a varmint or animals on your head.
Yeah, it
Right.
does. Yeah.
That's sort of
And,
how that goes.
The size
It's
of
party
your
in
rabbit
the-
also
wait.
destroys
Business in
the
the front,
house.
Party
too.
in the back. Thank
Kentucky
you.
Waterfall.
There in
Charlie,
Kentucky, that's
Charlie,
size.
have you
Yeah,
ever
they
watched
are.
hockey? You know that haircut they always had? Long in the back, straight.
Yeah,
Just like,
straight
that's
up.
the haircut.
That's
No,
it.
I know that. I know what a mullet is. No, totally. But what I'm saying is, when the way they said mullet, I wasn't thinking like they're looking for a human with a mullet haircut. I hadn't heard that
We're going
yet.
on a snipe
So I
hunt.
thought you
I was
meant
going to
was
just
going
say
fishing.
that.
We're going
oh
on
my
a
God.
snipe hunt.
like foxhole.
Right.
Me and
Skunk bird
Jumbie have
hunt.
had mind melt. I was about to say snipe
So
hunt
I know
too.
what a mullet is. I thought maybe they
Because
called
he
a
needs to
creature
go
a
on a
mullet or
snipe
something
hunt.
down
I
there.
mean,
Jumbie.
if anyone needs
Jumbie,
to, it's
when you guys
definitely
said
He needs to go
mullet-
noodling, too.
You have to go on a snipe
When,
hunt.
when you
Yeah.
guys said mullet, he
Snipe?
went down to the
Yeah.
dock.
Is that another?
Oh, he's thinking duck.
Right?
He had his
haircut
fishing
or
pole.
is it an
He
It's
had a
the thing
life
we do in
jacket.
the
Thinking
South.
mollusk,
He's
right?
going
It's an animal?
fishing.
Mullets. Where am I going to get this sea
so hey,
creature
so
at?
Charlie, have you ever been noodling? Because that's another thing that they do. in
Noodling.
Kentucky.
Oh,
You guys
listen to
know-
this.
you guys know about
We're
noodling?
naming all the
I would
southern
only
things.
I can
I
only think
love
of
you.
some things
Southern
maybe
for
I
that.
performed in bed.
That is definitely the wrong. You don't want a noodle with that
That's
noodle,
about
boy.
all I can think of
You
as
don't
far
want a
as
noodle with that
noodling.
noodle.
Well,
you end up with
noodling.
a.
Let's
snapping
see
turtle
what
and you're gonna
Charlie's
be
doing in bed
disappointed.
now. What is noodling?
What is noodling exactly?
So noodling is
Did I have it
basically
right?
It's
well,
a way
you
to,
basically-
way to fish for
It's a way to
catfish.
fish for catfish. So you basically have the food in your hand and you
arm.
stick your arm in the water.
Oh, I saw the
and
show.
you wait
I
for
saw
the
that on the
catfish
show.
to basically bite your hand.
They-
I mean,
Yeah.
and it will
I would
literally
never.
come all the way
They
to the middle
burrow
of your
in the
forearm.
I saw that.
riverbank.
So once it bites, you just pull your arm up out of the
They
water.
burrow
and
in the
throw it on the
riverbank
bank.
and then
Those
they like
people are in
bite.
fu-
Look at Chris's
Let me tell you
face.
something.
Look at Chris's
So
face.
Those people are insane.
This is why I don't eat fish. Mud
I don't
fish.
Mudfish.
I don't go in cloudy water.
Why would you sacrifice a
I don't go in
limb
cloudy water.
possibly for
No
a
way.
fish? Exactly. It's not a fish.
Not doing
right?
it.
Well, it's when you
Okay.
don't have a pole.
Nope.
Yeah, and
Remember,
you
we're
want
in
to get the
Kentucky.
big.
Well, if they don't have a pole,
No,
hey,
man, you want to get the
if they
big
don't have a
part.
no
pole,
pole,
they're
man.
not a real man anyway.
Good luck fishing there, bub.
That's right.
Any man without a pole's got to go.
We're going to need new tackle.
If I lost my pole, I would cash it in immediately.
7-year-old daughter.
That wouldn't even
What's wrong with
continue.
you, boy?
Yeah. You can't do that, you know? But those people are insane that will sacrifice a limb possibly. And you know,
they
the
don't
fish they're
think
looking
so.
for, I know doesn't
They
have
sure don't think so.
teeth or anything
They
like that.
got this down,
Yeah,
boy.
they do.
They ain't
Bro,
even
there's
worried.
alligators and crocodiles in those
There
waters.
ain't no
and you know it.
alligators
Not
in our
there. No,
waters.
you gotta
It has
go.
to be.
No,
It's
you
a
gotta
swamp in the south.
You
How
got to
is it
go
not?
further south.
No,
that's more
that's
like
way
Mississippi,
south.
Alabama, Louisiana,
Ohio.
Florida.
If you
You're
went
in
there,
America.
Georgia.
You might catch a snapping
Ohio.
turtle.
would you think waters like that though
Snapping
do not
turtle.
contain that?
No, there's none up there. There's water
got
There's
moccasins.
some that look like
Now there's-
anywhere
now
that don't
there's
contain
water
it.
moccasins, which are poisonous
Yeah, we
snakes.
got
Yeah,
water
yeah,
snakes.
yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Let's go work in that.
And what do you got? What else you got? You got
That's a
copperheads
great way
down
to
there
make
too.
money, guys.
Copperheads.
Yeah.
Oh
they're
yeah,
copperheads.
man's
You
best
know?
friend, the copperhead.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of those, one
Good
of
God,
those
I don't
traps.
go in dirt, murky water.
Hey, you're safer there than New York City.
I'm just scared
Absolutely.
of mosquitoes.
That copperhead don't want nothing to do
Well,
with
they
you.
certainly
You know, right? Yeah, you got crocodiles in those sewers there.
Yes, you do.
No,
Yeah, you got crocodiles.
they're
up there.
alligators.
Really
First of all, they're alligators.
My bad.
They're not
Right.
crocodiles. They're alligators.
You'd
stand
be
corrected.
surprised.
Please.
You'd be surprised. They got some big old ocean crocodile down there. Didn't Batman happen up there? There's
They
a
got-
whole crocodile
and rats,
character there.
and rats like
Yep.
whoa, rats like whoa.
Rats the
Unbelievable.
size of
Rats
mongoose.
the size of
They
hippopotamus. That's why he's
The rats are so hard.
Hippopotamus.
They attack them.
hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
You know, like a rat normally will back up and be scared at
A
first.
hippopotamus
Over there,
rat won't,
they
man.
They'll come at you.
You know,
how much money you got?
Yeah.
Shakedown, bitches.
You ain't from around these parts, are you?
This is my alley. You clearly out of place.
Those
Yeah,
are
or
the,
like
you got paid
actually,
toll.
it's the Staten Island rat that learned how to communicate,
right?
you know, because it's so isolated.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Correct. I agree
Back
with
to
that.
the rat.
Pete, big shout out for Staten Island.
Thanks to the talking rat.
Thanks to the talking rats.
Hey, without the talking rat, we wouldn't have Ninja Turtles. I'm just going to
So
go
true.
right ahead.
Donatello.
Take it down.
Good call.
Take it down.
Right.
Good call.
Point score, Jumbie.
I think
I don't
Remy
even
is
sport, but I
Thanks for
just
bringing
got
us
a
back
point.
to normal on this
That
one.
was like a three-pointer, baby.
That was.
Yeah, man.
home run.
Home
We need a
run,
scorecard
First down.
for this one.
Sports.
Imagine just Jerry can pop up and do a first down like that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
With his arm tied off and one eye. You know what I mean?
First down. Missing finger first down. Ready to go.
Well, we
He
never
went
want.
noodling.
Awesome.
You know, you never want to
He
be
went
down.
noodling.
He went
In Tokyo, they do it with koi.
Yeah. There you only sacrifice a finger. Okay? It's not the whole arm thing like these maniacs are doing down there. Yeah.
Exactly.
That is how Jerry lost his finger. He was noodling in Japan.
Yeah.
And,
He's like, I thought it was a catfish. It was a koi. I was like, oh, man, what would you think? They have catfish in
Can
Japan?
you eat koi?
yeah.
Is that a
You
thing?
could eat anything.
Well,
really.
yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
they-
if you'd really want to, though.
Well, one
I
of
don't
it
think you'd
said,
want to.
You know,
I think it's like
wouldn't
for
recommend.
decoration.
no,
Yeah.
they're
Would you
down
eat a
carp.
goldfish?
No.
I mean,
No.
how hungry are you? Are you dying and
No,
hungry?
they're in the
Like,
carp
you know?
family, and it's a
Fish,
delicacy
fish.
there. On
To
my
answer
lake,
your question, you can. But
Yeah.
just like, and the reason I know
Carp's
this,
a delicacy
all right,
over there.
as you may or may not know, I lived in Czech Republic for a number of years. At Christmas time, you go all over the city, and like every corner has these massive tubs full of fresh water, full of carp, which were caught in like October, flushed in fresh water for a period of time. Now they've made it to the city like the first week of December. They sit in these freshwater things. The water is overflowing on the sides.
So gross.
And they get them, and then they and they kill them, and it's just like
Carp are disgusting. Like
they.
ugh.
It's like they make
Bottom
all these
feeder,
things, and it's
algae eater,
dude,
yeah.
and they all they eat on Christmas Eve. That's their big Christmas. There's like soup, and it's fried, and it's made into like fish balls, and it's made into like 7 or 8 different things. They eat potato salad.
After
and,
they make love to it.
well, you have to listen.
Not have sex
Then they
with
really
it. Make love
break
It
to
it
depends.
down.
It all all depends because that comes into 3 categories. There's one where like you can have it killed on the street right there. There's a guy with a right, so that would be like necrophilia with a carp,
Ooh, wow.
right? Animal bestiality, right?
We went there.
Pescatory, necrophilia, cuspatory.
How did we get here, people?
Or you could bring it home alive and let it live in your tub until like Christmas Eve, where you would
like
kill it
Splash,
yourself.
right?
In New York, we
And
used to
then
put them on
you would
the
have
car.
a live carp thing, which is what is it? A pesca what?
Pescatarian.
So if
Pescatarian.
it's in your
Well,
tub, does
if
it
it's sex,
clean
it's
it while it's in there?
pescatarian or a pescatarian.
No.
Yeah.
You know, in New York, though, they use the carp wrapped up in the day's newspaper, and they leave it on someone's engine hood of their car to show, you know, you're going to sleep with the fish soon.
Right, you see? And there we go.
That's the way you really use a carp.
That's another
I know a
example of carp.
guy.
Oh, it's like the worthless
So-
side of a sardine.
it
You're
is.
just gonna like, all right, what else is put this in a
One
napkin.
time when I was younger,
Leave
too,
it on
like
your hood.
legitimately, everyone but my one friend Danny went fishing. Like, and you went to go fishing, we go way out by over there, like way at the end of Long Island or something like that. We can't go in the water by me, nor would you ever want to catch something there. And
It
so
would catch you.
Yeah.
it would
How many
take
kids
you.
a year
It'll
are
take
eaten
you.
by those mutant fish that grow feet?
No, it'll take
It's
you.
like straight out of Simpsons. Like,
So we actually,
No
Blinky
kidding.
comes up with his 3 eyes and is like, blink,
Yeah.
blink.
Well, on the way home, I guess one of my friends who caught a lot of fish left some. It was more than one fish, but you can only see one on the top, right? Because they were pretty big, and he left it on his car just like, thanks, Dick. He actually didn't
I'm
show
gonna
up.
dry it out on this hot hood.
No, he's a no-show,
Dehydrated.
which doesn't go over well. And so, but then we're going to give him a little share of the fish, you know what I'm saying? Yo, his father came out and found that and almost had like a heart attack. Like he was flipping out.
Whoa.
Like it was the most craziest thing
The
ever,
sale
man.
sign goes up in the front
His
yard.
father thought he was getting cement shoes.
Cement shoes. Father, right away. Hey, it was
I don't
the
even
funniest
like
thing.
carp. This is the worst Christmas present ever.
Exactly.
So carp
and
has a
besides,
lot
I'm a
of
size
uses.
11.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Carp
do
has
with
a lot.
this?
I think there's electric ones up in the
Electric carp?
Boogie woogie.
No,
They,
that does not exist.
No, they have like
No.
a current,
No.
right?
Those are
Of
eels.
wrong.
That's
Those
an
are
eel.
eels. Electric eels.
No, you know what it
This
is?
is only in Long
That's how they're
Island.
getting them to jump out of the water and catch them. They're zapping it with the
Cattle prod.
Right.
Oh,
right.
they're electrocuting
that's
the water.
It. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. They're electrocuting the water and they jump up. And they're,
That cheap fishing.
Yeah, that is.
well, they
That
have
is
a real
cheap.
And
problem.
then they're like belly up.
Cheating.
The fish.
Yeah, from like
That's
late.
worse than going to
sport in that.
Kentucky and going dynamite fishing.
You know, straight
Right.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Grenades.
We're
Same
going to
thing.
get some.
We're going to get
Yeah.
We're
some.
going to get
Exactly.
some frog legs
Get
tonight.
your
We
nuts
blew
ready,
them
kids.
shits.
Oh, crap. Got another beaver.
Goony goo goo.
I wouldn't go fishing with anything less than a few bombs. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, bombs
I
do
wouldn't
know
even
how to-
want
they know how to
anything
catch
living
fish.
under my boat at all. Like nowhere near it. You know what I mean? I'm good.
Oh, you
George?
like your boat in the pool? I just
Yeah.
see you in a inflatable raft in my back
He's
pool.
like,
like,
I would go on the
Gilligan
boat,
over
but I
here
need
is
a
ready.
security fence
I
in the
wanna
water.
be a
right?
really big
A
size
perimeter
pool.
fence in the water.
I got my
here.
floaties and my
I wear
my,
little floaties
my,
on the arms too.
my atom
With the
bombs in
captain
case
hat.
something swims underneath. Yeah. Look out for those big shadows in my
Got the
pool.
cap-
You got a bunch of guys
I
like
got a
Charlie
lit-
from Starkiss, like, hey, you got your ID? You got Charlie's boat water here. I don't know if you can swim in here.
These are
Well,
very
let's-
private waters.
You got your invitation.
can't-
You
well,
Hold on a
Sorry,
minute,
but you got an
though.
invitation?
Let's be honest about Charlie's Lake, where his boat is. The water's
Oh.
even dyed blue
Yeah,
to like
pretty much.
make
Look
it look
more
good.
like water.
This is
Whoa.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used
Yeah.
to a higher
Oh, wow.
class in
Right.
Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah, that
I
really,
want my water blue.
that thing would go green in 3 days. When I moved here, there was like this much sludge across the whole top of it by the end of the summer.
All I know is
So it's
algae.
Windex.
Hey,
You're
algae,
putting
hold on.
Windex
Come on.
in your pond.
all I know is
Oh,
I
man.
don't
They
kill
better
that
put
algae.
Hey, all I know is
boy.
this. All I know is
It
this.
feels slimy.
Charlie, all I know is this. Anything that's alive living in your lake is definitely going to testify. That's what I'm saying.
They already did.
Right there.
Snitch fish.
They already
We had
did.
snitch fish in the
Exactly.
pond.
They already
Anything
did.
that's living in there.
And then they already are
We've
back
been
from doing it.
infiltrated by
Now
this
they're just waiting.
They're putting Windex in here, y'all.
squealing to the doorkeeper. Oh, Lord.
Tyrannosaurus came out right there.
Oh, man.
Tyrannosaurus, who's a great DJ, by the way.
Absolutely.
You know, where would they
Obi-Tak
find
Kenobi.
you if they wanted to listen to your stuff?
Well, they could find me on SoundCloud. That's-
SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
This is new
This
to
is an
Charlie.
application?
Yeah, it's now. Well, it's a
All the rest
website.
of the world knows.
There's,
SoundCloud.com. Huh, guys? Checkaroo.
He
It's a
just learned what
website, it's an
Spotify
app.
was.
And there we go
You
again.
know, it's a
Hey,
place
app this.
You
You can go there to,
shuffles the music.
Right, it is. It's like
He's
just
gonna
another
lose
free
his
way
mind.
for people to share their music or share their mixes.
No,
you
I
know?
get it.
And it's an app. It's a website. It's very useful.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
I can go
you
on there
find
and
it there.
listen to your tracks.
Yes.
What kind of
yes.
name are your tracks?
So I've got all different kinds of names, man.
You have one in general?
So
Like your name?
So there's actually you could find me under Obi Tai Kenobi. So it's
Obi
basically
Tai
and it's basically spelled
Kenobi.
just like
Techno
Obi-Wan
Jenny.
Kenobi.
Right,
except
right.
Instead
No
of the
Jedi.
Wan, you would put
I
Tai,
loved it. I
you know?
loved it.
And so there's actually a track on there that's called Bounce that I did with Jumbie here.
Oh, yeah.
that we
That's a
made
great
in
track.
our
We had a
basement
lot of fun with that.
several years ago.
Really?
And the cool thing about that
Bounce.
track is that track came. We literally made that track in like 8 hours from like
Yeah, I kind of just like
beginning
one
to
of
finish.
those beautiful art
Wow.
pieces that just pops
Yeah.
right out of your brain and falls on the
Yeah,
table. And you're like,
Jumbie,
oh,
Jumbie
there
just
it is.
started talking into this fishbowl, and we were like, "That's
Yeah.
awesome! Just keep talking."
I
Like,
love
we don't even
talking
care what
into
you're saying.
fishbowls.
Into a
Yes.
fishbowl. Yeah,
It has an
How
echo, and
large,
then you
like?
can like turn the bowl and control
Like, like
the
a
direction
goldfish
of the
bowl.
echo.
I love how we're still talking about fish. It like came all the way around.
straight up.
We've
you know?
gone
We've
from-
gone
bring it full
from
circle, you
full
know?
circle.
Windex
Well, we are
Pond.
Pisces as well.
Yeah,
so, you know,
Pisces season.
This is the
Y'all are
fish
catching us at
episode.
Pretty
birthday
much,
month.
you know.
Normally
The
we're not
wheel
this,
always makes a
out in the
full
matrix, you know?
rotation.
Unless they stop pedaling. Unless they stop
Unless they
pedaling.
stop that
Or
way,
there's
yes,
a fish
yes.
on it.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Or if they're electrocuted.
Or if you're electrocuted, yes.
Catapulting fish into the boat. Some
And
like
Jumbie-
Rocco's Modern World.
Jumbie, you got to tell them where to find your wonderful, beautiful art, man, Jumbie, please. And
Oh,
by
it's
the way, I know in
The
our
king of color.
background, I know
Dr. Color.
a couple of your companies are being represented, Jumbie, on the back behind us.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, on the
Awesome.
YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
That's great.
That's good.
And those two
Wonderful.
companies, you want to tell us a little about them, Jumbie?
Well, let me first just sort of tell you where you find me. All right. So, any social media, you look up Jumbie Art. JUMBIEART. I am Jumbie. This is my art. All right.
Outstanding.
Very simple.
Yes.
And then if you want to find the real meaty website that's got all the different components of our moving motive here is jumbieart.com. Right. So all you really need to know is Jumbie Art. Google will do the rest. It will find your way there.
Yes, it
whatever directive path you're feeling like getting there.
It's hard to miss.
And you'll never be the same again.
No,
Ever.
you really won't.
Ever.
Especially if you really
Nope.
take your time with
Revolution
it. You're
through
done.
color.
I'm telling you.
The other website that's on there as well is the other new
Our new home solutions, Jumbie Home Solutions.
which looks killer.
It
Yeah,
does.
it's gonna be
Killer.
nice.
Yeah.
We figure why let your environment not be colorful.
Hence the term jumbify,
Yes,
Yes.
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 jumbification,
Yes. Yes.
jumboing.
Ooh. Jumbie.
Jumbo bala bala
Activate
ding
your
dong.
space.
Yeah.
We like using artwork that is
The
full color.
Bunginator.
Full color equals
Jumbinator.
full color equals activated frequency.
Yes,
right?
it
So
does.
it basically are influxing the frequency of color by wearing it or having it in your environment, and then it raises your energy level to a
does.
higher plane.
I think so.
And pretty much everyone that's tried it on either feels activated or
Yeah.
very very excited about the fact that they've now got this color on them or around them or whatever have you, and interacting with this art is it's good for your aura.
And it's a
I can
color.
attest to that.
I
Yes.
will too.
Yes. I can
As
attest
you
to
say,
that.
it's a revolution in color, I believe.
Revolution through color.
Through color. That's a great. I love that one
Revolution
when he
through
says
color.
it.
And I love that, like, for artists, like, to make people feel good, like, that's really what we are trying to create all the time.
Yeah.
And I say almost all of us sitting at this table are artists. And,
Absolutely.
and like
Yeah.
you said, when people put it on, you can see the look in their face.
Yeah, they turn on.
yeah,
really
turn
do.
on.
They do. It
And you
turns them
can
on.
bug out to it.
Yes,
Yes,
with the
you
proper
can.
The art's
LED
on purpose
lighting.
for you, folks.
And,
Like a professional.
Good.
he creates
Oh,
those
yes.
pictures
Light it
in
in.
order as for the light that he's going to be putting on them.
Yeah.
Things the thing immerses in some great colors, alters the picture right in front of your face.
And just to see somebody look at it for the first time, like that is, I've seen that happen millions,
It's a great
over a
moment.
million
I've
times,
seen
and it
it
never
already,
gets
but
old because you can see the inspiration that just runs through that person.
Hell yeah.
And that's how they're never the same. 'cause
Sometimes the
they're completely inspired
desperation
by
because
it.
they think somebody put something in their drink.
That happens too. That
And they're like, what did you do to me, man?
Right.
Right?
am I looking
No,
at?
that happened.
Sleep
Yeah,
cocktail.
it's happened. It's happened.
Yes.
I watched it.
Yeah.
And people are like,
The
what?
sleep
Right.
cocktail.
I've seen police officers do that.
It's been
look
interesting.
at this in here. It kind of feels like I'm on something.
Putting 3D glasses on the cop was probably a fun
Oh,
experience.
Yes.
please
We
tell me
said-
this story.
Well, we set up for a LA Art Walk, but we didn't really have a spot in the Art Walk, so we found a little.
So you were just LA art.
we were just LA Art,
Getting ready to walk.
on the sidewalk.
walk, right?
On the sidewalk, we went to this little
Michael
corner
Jackson was off
cafe.
the wall. He's off the walk.
We're
Right.
off the walk. Off the walk.
Hey,
Another
man.
reason I like to sit a lot. You
Hey,
know,
at
off
least
the
you
walk.
knew where you were.
Right.
I was like maybe on 6th Street, you know?
Yeah, 6th
So
Street.
they said that there's going to be a whole art walk walking by us, and apparently there was like a section of like downtown that was set up to be like where the art walk was happening, and we weren't anywhere near it. We're like around the corner by where people want to park their cars or something.
Obviously, they misplaced your invitation.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly. So,
Did they
but
ask
the
you to
people
also
that brought us
valet,
here
or-
made it seem like this was where we're supposed to be. So we go and we just set up like normal, like, oh, dear world, welcome. We're from festivals, and this is what we do.
Ty started drawing a permit for you.
We set up. Right? You don't understand.
I get you one for $5 then.
We set up a grid wall of our portals. We had
like
maybe
it.
10
Handicap
portals
placard.
on the wall.
All right.
We were stopping traffic, and the cops came over to us because we're like causing a fuss on the street, and they were just like, "Oh, well, no wonder everybody's stopping."
Let me tell you, I lived in.
Why don't I
yeah.
give you the 3D glasses? And their faces just hit the ground, and I'm like, stolen.
Did they try and give you like $1, like thinking you guys were like on
No,
just
they
random
were
people?
They
were ready to
No, they
Some
misdirected
money?
traffic and caused a pile up.
LA, LA traffic
They had,
is the
they had
worst.
glow sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Flag them around us.
It's around us.
They were flagging around us. This isn't like
Started raving in the
2013,
intersection.
guys. 2013 I'm dropping this on them. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. They had no idea. They're like, what is this?
It was an art explosion.
It was a
We call it a flash
revolution through
fry.
art.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Flash fry. When we show up somewhere and just like pop up and like, oh, this is where they told us we're supposed to be. I don't know if it's where we are supposed to be. We're clearly not from here, but you know, we were given the green light and the guy inside got to let us plug in. So like now you're in trouble.
So you just
If we bring a generator, we can go anywhere, and we're super random and rogue about it.
I
So
like
you gotta
it.
find
They
us.
probably thought it was a movie set in LA.
The cops.
You know,
there was
yeah.
6
They
cops.
do.
The cops are like, we don't want to do any work.
probably.
We
I
had
don't
6
understand.
cops come over and love the living out of it. They're just like,
Awesome.
unbelievable. What am I looking? Oh my God. What is this? And I'm like, these are 3D glasses that are going to knock you off the sidewalk. And they had to like step back. They took steps into the street and were like, oh, damn. You're just out here doing this. I'm like, man, I'm from Kentucky. They said art walk. He's like, you a little bit of ways from the art walk, son.
You're a Figueroa engage.
I was wondering why there wasn't
no.
no.
And said,
There's-
I
it's-
am the art wall.
It's LA. It's LA.
And that's when
LA,
you could have
there's
been
still
like,
people
well, my
walking
permit
by.
here says.
Right.
You needed your own block.
They didn't
I mean,
even ask about a
obviously.
permit, man. They were moon blinked like a mutton.
Times change, and life goes on. That's the point of this show, and that's our message. No matter who you are or where we're at, times change. You can see the full uncut versions of this and every Times Change podcast on YouTube at Times Change Podcast. Now, back to the show.
Well, you know, to see the piece I'm working on right now, that's the real juices.
Yeah, the piece right now.
The new ones I'm working on are pretty
do we
hot
get?
coming up.
Do we get a little?
I am working
preview of any
well,
of them?
I can describe the one I'm working on.
Secrets are coming out.
You see, they say
Drum
it's up to the
roll.
interviewer to get this out.
So
I
fitting
got-
for
I'm
the
getting
time
some.
that we're in and for the town that we're in
Yes.
as well.
We
It is,
are curating
yes.
perhaps one of the most exciting pieces of my entire collection so far.
Love it.
I feel like I'm making every pixel count to its maximum potential. And we are designing a piece that is really 3 pieces in a row. We put 3
Pretty
pieces
much,
together to
yeah.
create this concept. We did a desert night piece moving to Las Vegas. We found the enjoyability of watching the day transition to night transition to day. And so we did an amazing piece for that. That was super fun and enjoyable. And then we evolved that piece to basically being the background of a larger concept, which is for the 50th year anniversary of Fear and Loathing Las Vegas.
You didn't know that was this year, did you?
I had no idea until Anita Thompson called me to tell me that it was happening, and I was already working on the piece.
Tell everybody who that is.
That's Hunter's wife.
Thank you.
So that's our new Hunter S. Thompson piece coming out, and included in this piece is going to be my jumbified version of the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign.
Yes.
And so we're planning to allow this piece to be consumed in 3 different formats where you can get it toned down, super gonzo, or just the sign. And that's kind of the way we're developing this piece to have multiple functionality and lots and lots of encoded information.
So essentially, so it's for his wife is requesting, and so she.
No. She just called to tell me that was happening, and we were thinking about trying to maybe make an art installation here. And I was like, I happen to already be making a piece that's literally
she's making a big
conveying
thing.
the thing. Well, we were thinking about it. We're trying to find out if she's going to. We don't know yet. It's still, only February.
I'm the fortunate owner of that original piece that he talked about, the landscape, the night and the day landscape.
And I believe I've seen that.
Yeah, that's the one at my pool. Absolutely.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I own one of
Lucky
those.
you.
Yeah, that's one of the first.
You know what I mean? Right?
First.
Before anything else, right? There's
exactly.
nothing like the first time, baby. Original generation,
First edition.
0101.
Foundation.
He removed one of the worst parts of his backyard was looking at a cinder block wall that was surrounding the equipment for the pool. And
I can't float in a pool and have it look like a prison cell wall. It's just unacceptable.
Listen,
not in my reality. I don't know about your reality, but in my reality, that's unacceptable.
No, it's very bad.
So if you want to get on the level, we offer this now for other people's backyards and can,
everyone's
it's aura damaging.
You can only have so much sand and taupe.
Welcome to the color of desert dust.
Exactly.
Wow.
The piece, though, that one you have in his yard, it makes the worst part of his yard look now the best. Like best.
Yeah, it was a transformation, total transformation, activation.
And just to let you know how nice my yard is, people used to compliment that wall before you put that thing on that.
Right. And it's one of those things, like, if you didn't realize that you're living in an apartment that has
people would come in like, I love the pool, but that half pool wall that covers the pool pump.
I love what you did with
that
that.
wall sucked. Yeah.
Really holds the backyard together.
I've never seen a more lovely cinder block that's got stucco on it in my life.
And possibly rain marks.
Exactly.
Actually, it's eggshell.
It's actually off taupe.
They call it sand number 3.
Sand number 3.
That's the official name. The gradient.
That's the new color at Sephora.
Yeah, that's what you do out here.
Serve it up.
You taupe things off. You don't top them off. You taupe
I'd like to
things
get
off.
my Tesla.
Can
I get my Tesla painted in taupe, please?
Exactly.
No, actually, what we
No
said
one
Taupe
will
with
see
eggshell
you.
accents. I want to blend into everything.
I know.
That's
I
our
want to
camouflage.
blend into everything.
I'm
You can drive into the
gonna.
middle
Can
of the
you
desert
wrap
and
a
just park.
house? I'm gonna wrap my house in taupe.
No, I wrap myself. My house is wrapped in rainbow.
I want to wrap the house.
Way better than taupe.
I'm gonna make aluminum siding look natural. We'll wrap the house.
Yes.
Anodize that aluminum, baby. Let's get the rainbow in this bitch. Woo!
We should actually refer to it as toque instead of
Like one toke over the line.
Eggshell.
sweet man.
Off-white.
I have that song on my thing. Excellent.
Muted gray.
Ooh, wow.
dim clay.
Dim clay.
No.
Get me out
We
of
are
here.
doing the opposite of that on this show. We have Jumbie here
Yeah,
today
we're
to
like
fix all those
super
problems.
saturated, fine,
Jumbination.
full flavor rainbows everywhere
Yes.
you want to look.
The Jumbinator.
That's like
I actually-
teeth.
Oh boy,
I'm a hair
getting
colorist.
Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
in
hold
here.
on,
Hey,
man.
I also want to tell everybody.
I want to say
representing-
something about this
Go ahead.
color scheme that you do, because when I first saw it, I'm a hair colorist, so I paint hair and I do anything from blondes to vivid colors, and I was like, how can we get this on someone's hair? I was like, that would be so dope.
Gradient
Like,
crossfades is the name of the game. When you,
Gradient crossfade.
how particularly specific we can get with that. We'll
right?
dictate
One of
the
his
level.
creations
Oh,
right here.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
one of them.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Gorgeous.
thank you.
You know, you could get stencils.
Oh yeah,
Airbrush.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
We wore
airbrush.
that in
Right,
honor of
right.
the being blessed with
You know,
Jumbie.
I've just been inspired. Can you wrap a human? Can we wrap his head?
I can liquid dip like a hydro dip.
Right?
I'm seeing Bam
Like
Bam
not
Bigelow.
a
I feel
tattoo.
you.
I'm saying wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you
That's
could
the
change
best way to
it.
liquid
Right.
wrap.
So you can do rims
Huh.
and stuff.
You know,
with
like
the
Skull
hydro-
wrap.
like at a football
Skull
game,
wrap.
right?
Skull
that's
wrap.
so
We
cool.
can apply
Like a
color
like
to
at a
just about
football
anything.
game. where
You know,
they're
and
all
it'd be
done
like
up.
you and I
Color.
could get it, and it would come out when our hair grows back, and it would pop the thing
Dude, the
off.
brothers
right?
would be on that.
Can you imagine
over
that?
here,
I'm already-
We need to
Rainbow
talk about
Chia
this.
Fro?
We should.
Now
Is
you're
that
gonna
what
mass
you're doing?
produce them. I
Because
just
that's
thought
the
it was
name to a skull wrap,
was for
right?
me.
Yeah.
Skull
Skull wraps.
skull wrap.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
This is a new level of.
I already see
I'll
it.
have the business plan ready in the morning.
Yeah, dude. I've already got
Skull
yeah.
wraps.
I know a whole community that's down.
You know what I mean? It's just so it sells itself.
Yes, how do you do?
All right, Ty, we need to break some beats together because we need the platform music, right? The bed for the skull rap.
Oh yeah, dude. Like Lil Jon.
Yep, exactly. On the commercial.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear
Skull
the-
rap.
Once you go rap, you never go back, right? It's like, man,
Wrap it up.
wrap it up. Exactly. Here it comes.
We have
Yo, wrap
entered a
it
new
up,
level of this.
Yeah. We're just
Wrap it
gonna
up,
wrap it. Everything. Wrap out.
Exactly.
The Rappinator.
Don't cap it, wrap it.
I think that goes back
Mottos
to
to
the
live by.
condoms you were talking about
Lifestyle
earlier.
brand.
I don't know what that
Oh
goes back
man,
to.
we've had to
Yeah,
Jumbify
that goes back
condoms
to
in this. It's gonna get real fun.
I think that was off air.
RGB.
The tie-dye
There we go.
condom.
Tie-dye condom.
That's the other rap.
Glow in the dark.
We already went through this phase of
It glows in the
talk.
dark too. The condoms.
And it glows in the
Jumbie
dark.
condoms? Yeah, they do.
Oh man, we can
Yeah.
make a backlit one of those. Right?
Yeah.
You'll never not know if you made it in again.
Exactly.
And-
Light the way.
And to
Be the light.
See you coming from a mile away.
We're going places here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now you shouldn't have
We're
any
gonna have to
direct
turn
line.
it
that's
around.
what she said.
dear
coming from a mile
exotic.
Okay, wait a minute.
Right.
Let's do this right
That's
now.
what she
Let's
said.
go back in time 1 year ago, and I want to
Yes.
hear from
Our official question.
Tyrone first.
Yes.
Our official
Ron.
question.
Yes,
What were you
Tyrone.
doing
Yes.
1 year ago?
Whoa, 1 year ago, I was stressed out like nobody has ever been stressed out. My life was completely different than the way that it was.
Wow.
I mean, I was working a salary job. I was working in an office, booking hundreds of freelance technicians around the country. And right around this time, actually, today I just got back in the office, and everyone was talking about COVID. I was in an 8-year relationship that I'm no longer in. My life.
Times change.
Times change on that one.
Yeah.
Like my life
said.
has
Clock
done
struck
a
midnight.
complete. Yeah, it
Well
is like
said.
completely different. And I have to say, like, I tell people this too. My stress level. I'm 6'5", but my stress
Wow.
level was probably a foot over my head, and today it's not even above the nail on my pinky toe.
I love that.
Listen to the calm demeanor he delivered that way.
So I am highly thankful for the way that my life is right now. So yes,
That's awesome.
I'm my life is different than a year ago.
see?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, great for me.
Yeah.
Manifest the changes you want in your life.
Yes.
We love having
Yeah.
you here in Vegas, and
Yeah.
it's not the same over there at Jumbie's when you're not
Right.
here. It's
Right.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah, dynamic
Oh,
duo.
yeah. You guys are wonderful.
That's why that set was so good, man. I'm telling you, the environment helps add. My art's better because I'm listening to his music.
And I can say this: the
the
same time
White
frame and
Beauty
same
helped
energy. Because if you look at all the different pieces that Jumbie has put out over the years, and I am going to be the first person to tell everybody out there, nobody in the world can dissect his artwork like me.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Yes. I can tell.
Watched my process for so long.
Like
he's seen the evolution.
He has trained me
day one
in that way. And
there's a lot to it.
So he can actually have me look at it, and then I can walk away 10 minutes later, come back, and without him telling me, I can tell what's changed. So if you look at a piece like the Padma, okay, which is this beautiful lady standing in a waterfall. She's got coins coming out of her hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that piece literally developed in a week, 2 weeks, something like that.
That one and the Ganesh kind of came flying out.
So this piece he's doing now, this Hunter piece, it's pretty much like the same energy that's swirling as he's making this piece. It's literally coming out of nowhere.
I've been watching
and it's
it
developing.
come along. It's amazing.
It really, really is. And when you guys get the opportunity to see it when it finally does get unveiled,
his
Alice, honestly, it's unlike any other piece I've ever seen him do.
It's definitely a new echelon.
It really is.
But they're all so unique as well.
They're all so unique.
And
there's so much into all of them that they
they're
have
all
to
their
be
own
separate
story.
Entities. They're very
they're like
different.
records. They're their own story,
and they've come out in a chronological
once you get in
order.
And once you really listen to
Alice
that
and Acid Land, the one you got there,
well,
that's unbelievable.
Where do you get
especially when you broke it down.
The next one will take you places because it's very interesting. As you go through the start of my work, which started in festival posters and that kind of land, that moved into musical inspirations and doing homages to other artists and classic things along the way, and it's just evolved. And you can see different points if you know the order of operations of which they've come out. You can be like, oh. Right there, you hit a new plateau.
Totally.
Your style evolved into a new, sharpened version of itself.
Yeah.
And you can watch it evolve you go through the chronology of my art. And this piece that I'm on right now is easily the pinnacle, the new flavor of where I've been coming from.
I'm excited for you.
Can't wait. I've been seeing it come along. I can't believe it.
It's super shocking to watch it come to life.
Right. Absolutely. And
it just comes through you.
Well, I'm wondering, have you told them how you realized your artwork even did what it does?
Oh, no, I haven't really given that story out. So
we need to hear that.
All right, so this is a fun story.
To hear Revolution True Color.
All right.
Great story.
I went to my first music festival and was dragged there to check it out and see sort of how things function and what's going on. I brought a piece of art to show. I wanted to see, can I be in the top 20% of cool stuff you take home to commemorate having been at a fun event. And I feel like I could hold my own, so I went to give that a try. And I got there, and I saw, I'm like, okay, my art's a little digital for this genre. I was at Bonnaroo, and it was very jam festival kind of vibe. So I adjusted for my next round, went to Rothbury 2008, super amazing music festival, life-changing moments. Amazing inspiration. It was such a good time. I jumped in a car and decided to roll on tour on to the next one, which was a little festival called All Good, right? All Good was in Ohio.
Sounds like more of a party, Jumbie.
Oh, no, All Good was in West Virginia.
There's a difference.
All Good was in West Virginia.
That's the revolution through color.
Just you wait.
It's so good.
I created an entire piece on the road, had it prepared and ready to print before I got to the next event within a few days, knocked that thing out and brought it to life for All Good, and was completely shocked at the variation of type of music festival. I got there's only 2 stages. I was just at two massive, huge mega music festivals.
Bonnaroo is 80,000 people down in Tennessee.
Oh, man.
And then I'm going to West Virginia, and there's maybe 4,000 people. 4. No, but close.
4 people.
There's
It is very close.
There's only 2 stages when it happened. An amazing property.
There are not many humans in West Virginia.
It was private
there's
property.
not. No.
You don't need a lot of staging because they're up in the Appalachian Mountains at the spot where you can see the most amazing fog scenery of your entire
and you
life.
can follow them.
So
Their whole neighborhood comes out in that booze show.
What now?
Where they make the hooch in the.
I don't know. I don't watch TV, so I have no idea what you're talking about. But back to my story, and let me finish my story. I tell you about when I figure out this situation. There's only 2 stages, right? So coming from 6 and 8 stages at a time with all these people, I'm a little underwhelmed at this moment that happens where there's a lull between stage A turning on and then stage B is going to be turning on, but it hasn't turned on yet. So there's this like dead zone moment where I'm literally sitting in a dark field holding my posters that I'm trying to help sell and show people that they want to buy and take home. And I didn't have anything to look at it with. There was no lights from any of the stages. I couldn't see it. I was literally sitting in a dark field. So I went walking up to the only thing that was lit and glowing in the whole field is this guy with a little push cart. Right? He got a push cart of glow sticks and LED toys. And these LED glow sticks, when they cycle through the light and they get to blue, it was super bright, right? Because it's a high frequency color. And so I was like, this will be easy. I'll be able to see my artwork with this. I'll buy a couple of these. So I bought a few from the guy, went back, sat on this hill in the dark in between these stages, waiting for entertainment to come back on. And I'm like, luckily, I have something super visually stimulating to look at while I'm sitting here extremely in need of visual stimulation. And so I turn on the LED thing. I have to click my way through it, a couple of different buttons, and this little glow stick turns on. I'm sitting there looking at my picture, and the title for the festival for All Good was in blue, and when the blue came on, it was like super. Oops, I'm so sorry. It was super blue and would read All Good, and then it would cycle into red, and the blue letters literally disappeared off of the picture because my visual spectrum was shifting from a blue cone to a red cone. You no longer can see the blue because it's all red all the time when it goes to red. So you're just sitting there like, all good, all gone. What is going on? I've been in this situation several times. I have not endured a pink elephant. I have not, there was something amiss. Like, the words don't just disappear and reappear off of your picture, but
follow the rabbit.
If you're being weird and you're writing out the ticket in which you took the ride of, you're just kind of, trying to figure out what's going on. Like, all right. I need a control. I need to go talk to somebody sober than me and see what's going on in their world.
Pinch yourself.
So I went back to the dude. I went back to the dude with the glow stick tent, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy with the cart, I remember hearing you griping about having to be working." And she's like, I'm working. I can't party until later. I'm totally sober and ready to get off work. I might call it early. No one's really buying glow sticks but you. And I'm like, oh, word. Well, tell me something. Anything weird happened when I put this light on my picture? And the dude just like nearly the bed. Just like, what is going on with your picture? There's something wrong, man. And I'm like, yeah. Man, if you can see it and you're sober, there's nothing wrong. It's extremely right. I'm going to buy every glow stick in your entire cart right now. And I did, and took them with me so I could show people what was going on with my picture. And
did you give them a glow stick every time they bought a picture?
Well, if I sold a picture, I'd sell a glow stick so they could, take it home and show it off. Exactly. And so several years later, I'm at Forecastle Music Festival, which happens in my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, and we're not being allowed in to vent for whatever the reason. We're beefing with the guy who was there. Small town nonsense.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't even need to get into it. No, that's in Kentucky. We're now back in Kentucky.
I was just throwing that out there.
So Kentucky's the other banjo,
Yeah.
We're the other banjo.
We're the other banjo.
It was West Virginia-ish.
Yeah. So they didn't want us to represent in our own hometown, and we're like, nah, we're way too gonzo for this. You're going to have to make room for us. In fact, the city agrees. All the people working your festival are like, why didn't you have Jumbie at your festival?
He lives
like right over there.
Yeah.
Like,
you are the festival.
So we showed up to Renegade because to hell with you, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
Look out. We're in my backyard. You have a music festival on my
Look
front
out.
lawn. You're not going to have my color at your music and arts festival that celebrates the city. You got me
So crazy.
all kinds of backwards. So we show up and literally have help from like 45 different people at the festival, and they carry our stuff all the way across, set us up, and we're set up in someone else's booth, being the booth and renegading. And lo and behold,
Yes.
here comes little homies with the fucking push cart. It's the glow stick cart guy comes up to us in someone else's booth where we're renegading and is like, dude, I met you like 5-6 years ago. I sold you a glow stick, and then you came and showed me some things, and you bought my whole cart. And I was like, oh, no way.
I hope you have his phone number now.
Unbelievable.
We buddied up, and we had a whole thing. I gave him a whole bunch of cool artwork, and he was like, I can't believe where
We
you've
gotta get
taken
him
this
here.
in such a short amount of time. Right?
And you know
so
what?
We've just exponentially gone from there.
Yeah.
That's the end of our short time, and that's the end of our experience because this show's going to have to come to an end. But we had Jumbie on, we had Ty on. Wait a minute, Ty,
We
once
out
again,
here.
tell them where to find you.
Yeah.
Find me SoundCloud/Obi Ty Kenobi. And,
OBITYKENOBI.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much, you can type that in and you will be able to find me.
And
Yes.
Jumbie, once
My
again.
young
Find me at
Padawan.
Jumbie Art, JUMBIEART.
All right, say goodbye, Jen.
Thank you so much for coming, boys.
Thank
Love
Say
you.
goodbye,
I need
Charlie.
men.
Awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Goodbye, Charlie.
Good night, Charlie.
Bye, Charlie.
Good night, Charlie.
Thank you and good
And that's
night.
the end of us.